nurses, for today's video, I'm going to discuss how to apply for an Advancial Credit Union for new immigrant nurses. I'm going to share with you my whole experience with Advancial, what I've went through with them, what type of car I got, and I'm going to show you how you can start processing it today. I'm going to walk you step by step on how to create your own Advancial account, get approved without credit history, drive your first car without down payment, and settle payments using their credit card. So if you have an upcoming flight to US as an immigrant nurse, or you're already here and still has no idea about getting a car, keep watching. Hey nurses, Nurse Rooms here. I'm a Filipino dialysis nurse and welcome back to my channel where I upload videos all about dialysis and my journey as an immigrant nurse here in US. If you're ready, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon for a new video every week as I take you with me in discovering nursing career. This video is a bit long, so I'm gonna put timestamps in the description below that redirects you straight to the topic you are looking for. Just a disclaimer, I'm not in any way affiliated with Advancial, and everything in this video is for informational purpose only and not for promoting their service. For more information, you should contact them directly through their customer support at msc@advancial.org. I've learned about Advancial Credit Union purely from online. I chose it over the other, which is IAS or International Auto Source, mainly because I get to have the autonomy of choosing the car I want and therefore the chance of negotiating the price as well. And the most important thing is they also offer a credit card. IAS, on the other hand, though I'm not really that knowledgeable, mainly provide car services only, and it's them who provide the car itself and no car dealer in between, which may mean a higher rate. Their advantage, however, is they can provide you a car for rent immediately right at the airport while processing for the car. And in this current season, you can rarely get a brand new car because of auto chip shortage affecting new car production. If ever you did, it will still take months for acquiring it. So if you're eyeing for a brand new car, IAS may be the best choice for you. As for me, I chose a second hand because I don't have the means yet to pay for the monthly due for a brand new car. Advancial Credit Union is a full-service financial institution providing personal, convenient, and innovative financial services to individuals and select group partners. Their advantage is being a credit union. Therefore, the members can access the same kinds of products and services as offered by a traditional bank, such as credit cards, checking and savings accounts, and loans. Anyone can apply, however, all applications are subject to a credit history, review, and approval. But if you are an immigrant nurse under an agency that is a member of their Advancial partner organization, then you can easily apply even without a credit history. To know if your agency is a member, simply visit the site at joinadvancial.org, scroll the page till you reach the section Let's Get Started, enter your agency's name and see if it shows up. If yes, then let's set up your account. Start by emailing their contact support at msc@advancial.org with a simple inquiry about Autoloan application. Their referral option is not anymore available, and emailing them is a better way to do since their site has some glitches your patients wouldn't afford to go through. Don't worry, you'll get a reply within their working days, which is Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., while on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They'll ask you if you have a U.S. address, but if you are still in the Philippines, they might just ask you for the following list of requirements: driver's license, visa, passport, job offer letter. Then the following attachments will be included that you need to fill out. The membership and account application is the main form. The first part is where you type in your agency's name for your membership's eligibility. Second part is what type of account ownership you'll choose. Third is information. The fourth one is needed So you'll have to fill this out. I skipped this one and was emailed to fill this part and resubmit the application. Fifth is amount selection, which is a requirement to become a member under Advancial. Don't worry, you can just deposit the minimum $5. At this point, I didn't have a US bank account yet, but I was able to use my Philippine credit card. Sixth is account access selection. So obviously getting a debit or ATM card is the best option. Seventh and eighth part is not applicable. I just skipped these parts. The last one is signature. My phone is a stylus, so I filled out everything using my phone and skipped the printing and scanning part, which fortunately was accepted and approved. Connex application, this is just another membership application you need to fill out as well. While for this one is where you'll fill out your payment option for the funding of your new Advancial savings account. I was able to use my Philippine credit card with a US billing address to where I was currently at filling this out. Send these forms back to Advancial. I'll be putting the link in the description below where you can check out the forms. As soon as you're all done, your account will be forwarded to a representative who will then be your personal agent throughout the application and will email you with a pre-approval certificate that reflects your approved vehicle loan amount with the maximum amount that is 15% more. Their standard rate is around $30,000 up to a maximum of $32,500. An APR of around 5.71% for 66 months, but if set as an automatic payment, it can lower to a rate of 5.46%. You have to read the message in the email and not just rely on the attached document itself, so you'll have an understanding that the approved amount loan depends on the value of the car. I repeat, value of the car. For second-hand cars, this doesn't mean that because the price of the car is within the approved loan amount in your certificate, you can easily get it. This is where the VIN and mileage come into the picture. Advancial will ask for these two important details of the car for them to make sure you are getting a fair price and the vehicle has not been in any accidents. If in any case the car is priced too high and is not within the approved loan amount, then it is their loss, not yours. There are still a lot of options out there, so make use of the different car search sites. Just a few notes before we proceed to the part of choosing a car is that most states require a state ID in purchasing a car. So accomplish this step while you are finding your desired car. Of course, you need to get a state ID where your facility is located. So simply search for a DMV outlet nearby your area. You'll need your passport, SSN card, a lease approval from your apartment, and 2 mails received in your address as proof of your billing address. Any package or mail sent to your address is acceptable. You just bring the package sticker with the address or the mail envelope itself. This costs around $30 plus, which they will not accept cash, but rather money orders or credit and debit card. You can just pay this in one of the grocery stores cashier for a money order via Western Union. Then you'll have your photo taken there and get the ID on this same day. As previously mentioned, my application was approved just last July 6th. I flew to my facility location July 8th, got my choice of car approved on the 14th, and got the car home last July 19th. Started driving it on the 24th, a day before my first day of work. So it took me around a week to finally own my desired car, contrary to what most YouTube videos say that they got the car in just 1 to 2 days. Yes, that is achievable, but that's only from the day the car got the approved loan amount up to driving it home. But for the overall process, starting from canvassing cars, negotiating the out-the-door price to get approved, plus not being aware of the state ID requirement, not to mention acquiring a car insurance, which the paperwork won't start without it, 1 to 2 days is definitely not enough. That is why I'm here to help you with that. I'm not a car enthusiast, so I am in no way the best person to talk about this, but basing from my experience with Advancial, I can definitely help narrow down your choices for easier approval. From my experience, having no idea in mind of what type of car I should have, it really took a toll on me. I've chosen cars that are priced too high from the approved loan amount Advancial pulled from their values. It seems I visited hundreds of car sites, viewed thousands of cars, and submitted a million of VINs. None of them were within Advancial's approved loan amount, until I finally asked themselves what type of car I should choose. Most of the cars they've completed are the following: Honda HR-Vs, Honda CR-Vs, Nissan Sentras, Nissan Rogue, Toyota Corolla, Toyota RAV4. These are the type of cars Advancial can finance full amounts, but of course still depending on how much the dealers are selling them for. So with these kind of vehicles, they can really pull good values. To keep it even easier, I'll be sharing a template that I used that helped me a lot. I made an Excel sheet because of the following reasons. First, communication with an Advancial agent is via email only. You can call them, but you'll be greeted with an operator only, so your last resort is to wait for their reply. Second, sending one car choice at a time is not a good idea because once it's not within the approved loan amount, you have to look again for another one, submit it again, and have to wait for the agent to reply again, and over again. So this is the part that really stressed me out, which led to creating an Excel. Third, everything will be done by phone, talking and negotiating to different salesmen. I don't really suggest of going to the car dealer and checking out the car first. You do this once you've got a couple of cars approved by Advancial. Here's what I made up. You start with the name of the car dealer, then the number. Of course, the specific address. So you'll just copy this one in Google Map or Uber once you've got a car approved. The distance from your area, this helps you gauge is how far the car is from your area, which is reflected when searching at different car sites. We only rode Uber going to different car dealers, so obviously the farther it gets, the pricier Uber is. So we limit from 10 to 20 miles far only. Also, as soon as you get the car, it will be you who'll drive, so unless you're an experienced driver, then this shouldn't be a problem for you. The stock number will be the reference the car dealer will use in searching in their inventory. Definitely, you will not inquire about the brand and model of the car since that would be too vague in general. For the brand, model, and year, these will be your own references, so you could distinguish the numerous cars you've canvassed or searched and can see how the car is priced. Say for example, the 2019 car is pricier than that of a 2020 model, which is a bit questionable, but if the mileage is a bit lower, then that's acceptable, which will be our next criteria. The lower the mileage is, the higher the price for the car. The same with Advancial, the higher the mileage is, the lower the approved loan gets. 60,000 to 80,000 miles is good, but lesser than 60,000 miles is better. Beyond 100,000 miles is not accepted. VIN is the Vehicular Identification Number. This is the reference of Advancial. This is how they can tell the value of the car that comprises everything, including accidents. The best indicator if the car is priced too high. Base price, out the door price, Advancial approved loan amount are placed side by side so you could easily see the price differences. The base price is the one reflected on car sites, while the out the door price is the final price that includes tax and other add-ons. So it's better to call all the car dealers first, negotiate and ask for the out the door price before submitting it to Advancial. Advancial can easily reply in minutes or in just an hour, especially if you send these at night. They'll reply first thing in their opening hour. So once you determine which cars are approved, then you can check out the cars. It is important to test the cars, especially if you are a new driver, so you'll know if you're comfortable driving it. In my case, I've only tried sedan during my driving class, so testing out SUVs was really a new and scary experience for me. So once you've finally chosen the one, you simply ask for the purchase agreement from the car dealer and send it to the agent. It will be them who will exchange emails for the check processing. If in any case you decide to pay for a down payment, you ask for a purchase agreement with the Advancial's approved loan amount. These are the cars that you have submitted that were not within the approved Advancial's loan amount. So you can either just pay a down payment so that you won't be needing to look for another car. And if you really like it, then go for it. So after that, the car dealer and the Advancial agent will now be exchanging emails. For the last step, Advancial will ask you to choose among options of gap insurance. That is a supplemental car insurance that bridges the gap between the amount your standard comprehensive and collision insurance will cover. I don't understand this either, so I won't go into details. But this is something you can't decline. It is stopped on your loan, so you can just have to choose among the options given. Actually, this is the reason for getting our check a bit delayed, because I thought all the steps were done. I was just too tired to check emails again. Good thing I suddenly went over to my inbox and read the email, and they were actually waiting for my reply till they start processing the check. You are not done yet, because the most exciting part is just about to start. Finding a car insurance. So this is like finding a car all over again, but just car insurances. This is the very reason that our car originally was given to a different client, because we cannot submit a car insurance. Unfortunately, paperwork won't be started without it. And despite having the ability to buy it, if the other client has everything, then you can't do anything about it. But it was a blessing in disguise, because our first choice was a sedan, all because we wanted to just have a lower monthly loan due. After the denial, then we tried again with SUVs, and we finally found one, which we even got an extra $5,000 beyond the base price. So the value of the car is definitely a good one. Back to our insurance. Believe it or not, we've been denied twice before getting approved. The first one we tried is what everyone is using, Geico. Unfortunately, we got denied. So for the second one, we did the car insurance hunting online. There are numerous sites that ask for details and give you quotes and will match you to a car insurance. This time it was Progressive, and we reached the last page, that is the payment option, which was around $250 plus a month for 6 months. So we really thought that we got approved. So we decided to pay for it on the car dealer shop. Unexpectedly, it only thanked us and will contact us once approved. And dude, that was so paasa. We cannot wait for it anymore. So we're back to square one. Did it coding all over again, and boom, I received a call from the general. Everything was done by a call, and girl, I was shocked for the monthly payment, which was only $160 a month for 1 year. They then emailed me the page where to pay, and it was that easy. All these took place at the car dealer shop facing the car salesman. Our next problem was the payment. At that time, we only had a checking account, and we did not yet get our debit, so we have no means of paying online. So the car dealer said we can go home and just send it via email, since anyway, our check is still in the process. Good thing we tried our ING debit card, and surprisingly, it worked. We paid for a 25% down payment, and we got to choose which day to pay for it monthly. Advancial will send an overnight check, meaning it will immediately be delivered to your car dealer the next day anywhere in the US. Once ours arrived, We went to the car dealership, did some paperwork, and got the needed documents. At that time, we were still having miscommunications with the DMV regarding the use of my PH driver's license. So to be sure, the car dealer was good enough to drive the car to our apartment. Along with the pre-approval certificate of your auto loan comes your approval also for a $2,500 credit card with 11.9% interest rate. Is 0% interest for the first 12 months. So if you are wanting to build your credit, this is definitely the best option since you will rarely get approved with a zero credit history. If ever you did, you'd most likely get a secured one that requires you to deposit a certain amount of money. That is then your credit limit. Compared to the savings and checking account, this is not an automatic application. You have to tell them that you want to apply, then they'll send a credit card application for you to sign. I swear the Advancial credit card has been our lifesaver. It arrived around 2 weeks after I signed the application. Advancial Credit Union has their own app. You can activate your cards immediately through their app. Once your check has been finalized, your loan amount will be reflected in the Advancial app a few days after. Your start of payment can be delayed 90 days later, but I don't think this is their default payment because I've known someone who is due for payment the month after right away. So you have to tell them about this. In our case, we got the car last July and the start of payment will still be this coming October. Paying through the Advancial app, you'll be given the options of paying for your credit card or loan. As for me, since my car loan payment is not started yet, what I've tried was through credit card only. I've enrolled in a different bank, so what I did is I added my bank details inside the Advancial app rather than doing the other way around. Since I tried paying it through my personal bank account, the processing takes 3 days. But if you add your personal bank in the Advancial app, the payment will be made immediately, which prevents delays. That's it. Hope you learned something from this video. If yes, don't forget to click like, leave a comment for some video suggestion, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Up next will still be about US transition. Thanks for watching and see you next video.